you want to make another 15-minute Friday?
I would love to make another 15-minute Friday. I got the time.
Let's do it. Hey, do you have time on this Friday when we're recording this on a Friday right now?
I got time on this Friday.
So you're free this Friday
Man,
right now.
I'm free every Friday that you need me.
William Fairbanks back on the show. My friend, thanks for being here.
Yeah, man. God working. We here.
Folks, you saw the title. You know what we're doing. It's a Friday. This is a 15-minute Friday where myself and a returning guest sit down once more talking about a specific topic or subject with the goal of giving you some positive, actionable, or thought-provoking advice and opinion as you go into your weekend or your upcoming week. You hear the man. You know he's across the table. We've been talking for a while now, so I'm going to start the clock because we've got 15 minutes. Now, this subject, I feel like this is something as even we're friends, but I would say from an outside point of view, I look at you and I think you are great at this.
Thank you.
And sometimes I don't think that I am very great at this.
Well, I think you are.
Well, thank you.
That's crazy.
And I appreciate that. And what we're talking about is fostering like a healthier community, fostering a healthy community in general, whatever community means. And that's honestly what I'd like to lead with.
Cool.
Is when we talk about community, like we were talking about before we started recording, full disclosure, folks, little behind the scenes here. You know, I was talking about like, I don't really want to make this one about like, oh, how to network and how to get better at meeting people and all that sort of stuff, but making those stronger relationships with the people that you do meet. Effectively building a stronger community, whatever you would deem that as. So that's maybe my leading question for you to kick this off. When we say community, what does that mean to you?
To be concise, to me, a community is a group of individuals that are supporting each other, are rooting for each other, are loving each other, are pouring into each other. Whether it's your friends, whether it's your coworkers, you know, whether it's your clients, you know, that's what I feel a community is. It's a little ecosystem of people. Because, I mean, some communities is effed up. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
My communities, love at the center of it. It's just people helping each other, supporting, building each other up.
So something that, even the reason I tossed this on our list of options to do these episodes.
Wait, time out. What's a community to you?
Here's the thing is like, I could just agree with everything that you said.
See?
And that's the easy, that's like the cop-out answer, right? Just like, oh, well, I don't really know. But that's really what it is. Like a community is like, to me, everything that I've tried to do with any communities that I'm a part of or trying to be a part of or have built myself, I try to build them off of authentic connections and relationships.
Facts.
That's what a community is to me. And again, it's like, it's everything that you said. It's people that support one another. It's people that understand one another or grow to attempt to understand one another, can work alongside each other, can live alongside each other.
That's what it is. That's all
a community isn't just like,
it's neighborhoods.
Oh, we're a bunch of like neighbors or something like that. It's that, but it's like the ecosystem within.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And you know the wild thing about it is like, the reason why I said neighborhoods is like, we are all a community, but we done forgot it, right? Because society, the world, whatever, problems, issues, personal things, we forgot that we in this together, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me not digress. Go on.
I love it.
You saw it. You was like, he's about to go in. He's about to do it.
Here we go. 35-minute Friday. Here we go.
Exactly. We here.
No, but honestly, something that I want to dive into is, you know, the reason that I like look at you and I say like, man, William is so great at fostering or becoming a part of healthy communities. And something that I try to do with communities that I am a part of is that I feel like it's so important to be kind of, for lack of a better term, just a beacon of positive energy for those around you. That, I think, is one of the most important community building assets that somebody can have. 100%. And again, just to sum it up for you folks, like when we're talking about community, yes, that can mean networking. That can mean your literal neighbors. That can mean your friendships. That can mean your clients. It can mean anything. Just like we started this episode with, what does community mean to you? Take that definition and plug it into everything that we're about to talk about. So to me, it's like that's always something that I've strived to be, even if I almost subconsciously was doing it before I was really aware that it was like a controlled thing that I could do. And this is something I think you're great at, is being that beacon of positive energy. You know what I mean? Being that positive influence for the people around you, because what that's going to do is, yes, sure, you could just say, what's going to make them want to be around me more? Great. That means they'll hire me. That means they'll be friends with me. That means whatever. But it's more so about like, I think energy within a community is huge.
Facts.
And when you can share a positive or enlightening or inspiring or motivating energy, that, at least to me, and my definition of what I would like a community to be built on, that's what I'm looking for, is that authenticity. I'm going to toss it to you because I'm sure you've got a ton to say about this.
I don't. One thing. It's like,
I don't. That's
I
it.
don't. Actually, you said it all. But no, I agree with you 110%. The main thing about any community, like I said before, is love, right? That's the foundation. And I appreciate you saying that about me. It's definitely something that I focus on, right? And again, like you said, it's not for me to get to gig. That's a byproduct. Right? I say it all the time. Like, that's a byproduct. When people like you, I even tell that to some of my friends who don't be getting gigs. And I'm like, well, fam, they got to like you, bro. I don't really like you. I love you. But I can see why you're not getting gigs.
But that's true, though.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing. I see why people aren't welcoming you. And I like to look at things at how would I like to be treated. 110%, no matter what it is. It doesn't even have to be a gig. Like, if I'm just meeting somebody, if I'm looking at somebody, if I'm walking down the street, like, yo, how would I want to be greeted, right? And that's what I project, or I work to project. I'm not perfect. I'm human.
I mean, dude, you did that right when we were walking up to the studio today. There was a lady that was walking by on the stairs, and then all of a sudden there was a conversation about like these stairs are crazy. You know what I mean? Like there was that openness, that positive, warm energy that was just greeting a stranger.
Right. And the thing is, being genuine. I heard you use the word genuine, right? Before, it wasn't in this session, but if it wasn't in this session, you've definitely used the word genuine when talking about like people and the people that you bring on and you work with.
That authenticity,
right? The authenticity, right? When you know that you're coming from that place, you don't have to be anything else but positive, right? A lot of people, the negativity comes from the stuff that they got going on. They're not being honest with themselves.
Trying to be something that
they're trying to be something that they're not.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is me, kid. Like, this is me. You're going to get this every single time. And if it's not that, you're going to get honesty every time. If I'm having a tough day, oh my gosh, fam, I'm having a bad day. But thank you for being here. Hug me. Like, that's what it's about. And when we talked about it before, and the first time I came, when you start to put things positively out into the world, right? It comes back to you 110%, right? Talking to people, yo, I love you. I say it to my homies all the time, not for them, but for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, say it back now.
You say it back.
Right, you love me too? All right, fam, let's keep living. You know what I'm saying? It's a real thing, right? And that's just one thing that I've learned. I credit that to my mom. My mom's all the time like, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you too, mama. You know what I'm saying? I love you too. Oh my God, leave me alone. But it's like that when you approach things that way, right? Only good things can happen. And you want those type of people around you, right? Like I said before, I do that because I want that, right? I'm super happy and I'm super loving because I want people to be happy and loving, right? And the best way to, I guess, change the world is to be the change you want to see. You know what I'm saying? God bless America. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, be that. And that's what it's about for me. That's what I always strive to bring to a community, anything that I'm in.
And this feeds right into, pre-recording, you mentioned the point of like, it's what you bring to others.
Exactly.
It's like, yes, like, do you think that's some of like maybe how people enter communities, or let's just say networking, or, whatever it is, like, do you think people approach those things too much of what am I going to get out of this rather than, 100%. Okay, what am I bringing to this and how can I build these relationships and maybe leave these people with a positive influence or just a good interaction in general?
100%. And that's actually nurtured and brought about and conditioned through the world, society. It's like, yo, worry about you. Get what you can. Da, 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 da. But in all actuality, it's all about service. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally all about service. What can you do for somebody? Golden rule. One of the golden rules.
And that's so strange to me of like the idea of like, yeah, like sometimes it is kind of that like weird, fostered mentality of like, what is it? What's in it for you? What am I getting out of it? And it's weird because like, I feel like how I view so much of that is what I can get out of a fun interaction or a whatever type of interaction with somebody. But I can get the positive energy that comes from that 100%. Interaction. So it's like, that's the weird thing of and this is a whole other episode of dissecting human beings and how we think and all this sort of stuff. But for me, it's like when I go into those interactions, the only thing, like, if I end up just getting good energy out of that interaction,
love.
Great. I got something, but it's because I brought something positive, hopefully, to that relationship, 100%. To that interaction. 100%. So it's like, I don't need more than that. I just need a fun experience, a fun moment in time that I have been able to share with another human being.
100%.
And then if I can walk away with that, that's what it gave me.
Facts. And when you understand that, right, you get everything else. When you understand that, like, yo, I'm taken care of, you know, because, like, when I interact, like, I was moving some shirts, right? I was moving some Torp gear. I actually wore it in one of your episodes. Go look back at the What You Don't Hear podcast episodes and check out that Torp sweat I was rocking.
Find it. I'll link it in the description.
Man, it was heat. But what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. No, like, all right, so the power of community and just knowing you'll get it back, right? That's the ultimate point that I'm trying to make, right? I have homies, my support people, it's like I was moving them for like $100 a pop, right? They're worth it 110%, right? But I've had friends purchase it, and I joked about it one time with one of my homies, and I was like, I'm just about to give it back to you next week. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you're giving it to me now when I need it, and then when you got something going on, that's what a community is I'm going to hit you right back with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know you could call me for whatever you need, right? And it doesn't even necessarily have to be you selling something. It's just like, yo, I'm gonna pour into you today because I know you're gonna pour into me later, right?
A good relationship is a two-way street.
It's a two-way street, and that's what a community is. I tell people all the time, I'm like, man, I don't have fans, I have supporters. Like, I don't have fans. You know what I'm saying? I don't have people. I don't have customers. I have supporters. Everybody who cops anything from me, anybody that supports and gets a gig for me, puts something in my pocket, puts something in my mind, puts something in my heart, hugs me, support, right? Anybody that gives me a compliment, that's a supporter, right? And that's all, for me, that's all I want my community to be, because I'm supporting everybody else too. Like, there's been events that I can't make it, but I'll buy the ticket. I'll be like, I'll be there. And then I'll buy the ticket. All right, I can't make it, but no refund needed, because I love you. I see what you're doing. I want you to be great, right? And I do that because that's what I want. That's not what I expect, right? Let's not get it twisted. We're back to your point about when people are like, oh, they're expecting something. Don't go into any situation expecting anything, right? Everything's a blessing. I woke up this morning, blessing. I appreciate it. It's not even an expectation. Oh man, what? I lost my life. Like, I wake up mad. Like, no, you have to understand that nothing is given, right? Everything is a blessing. And when you view people like that, you get that community that you want. When you view people as special and you treat people in situations as if they're special, they start to treat you as the same way, right? That's one thing I'm always doing is love, 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 love. What you got going on? Let me talk to you. I'm proud of you. You know, I'll be telling strangers I'm proud of them. And it's fact. Like, yo, you tell me something that you're doing that's dope, I'm proud of you. As a human being, as my brother, as my sister, living on this rock, doing something positive. I love you, and I'm proud of you for that, right? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
So as we come up on our 15 minutes,
ooh, that one went quick.
This one went by quick. Yeah, like we're in it. We're not
struggling at all.
So, you know, we've solidified the idea that, you know, what community means and how community is about building those strong relationships. It's not necessarily about like meeting every single person that you can and trying to sell them something or sell them on yourself. It's more about meeting whoever you do meet, but creating a long-lasting or at least a strong relationship with the people that you do 100%. Encounter. And we've understood that a community is a support system. That's what it should be first and foremost, just at the end of the day at its core, right? A support system in whatever way that means. Right. So what I would love to end with is this. So I want you put your advice cap on for a second, right? And so there it is. You can see it. The crown is the crown.
The thought crown. Everything's a crown. Everything on my head is a crown. Thought crown.
So right now, like, I want you to pretend like, you know, maybe somebody's listening to this who is like, man, like, I get what you guys are saying. Communities are dope. It's all about building strong relationships, but I just feel like I missed the boat. I don't feel like I have that support system. I don't know how to be that support system. Right. What's someone's first step? What if, you know, if someone's wanting to figure out like, okay, whatever you want to call it, I'm bad at networking. I'm bad at being a part of
Right.
community. I don't know how to get out of, we'll use the term introverted. Maybe I'm super
Right.
introverted and I just don't know. How can I learn to build better relationships with people?
Feel it.
If you're leaving them with some advice at the end of this episode,
Right.
what are you saying to that person? How can they get started?
Cool. First and foremost, if you follow me on Instagram, like not for real, but like if you're listening, send me a message. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I'm open. Right? If you feel like you can't talk to anybody, you can hit me up. I'm making myself available, even if it's just a conversation. We can grab lunch, we can grab food, and it could be the whole world, right? I'm speaking that in existence. I'm gonna have the pockets for that, and I'm expecting God to give me the pockets for that, right? Like if I get like tons of DMs, like let's do lunch. I'm like, all right, Lord,
All right.
you got to supply me with this bread to take all these people to lunch now. But no, on top of that, I would say approach every situation humbly, right? Figure out what you can bring to a situation. One of the things that got me into the film game was me showing up and asking, shout out to Wave Runner Surf Club, Asin, CJ, you boys are the greatest. Y'all doing great things in the city. Was approaching Asin, Be Ready, Shark, my bad, I got to mention the whole crew. I can't just mention two of them.
Got it.
Right? But I was showing up to Club Paradise, and I was asking Asin to do his stuff for free, right? That was about 2 years ago. Now I'm in. They showing me love. They taking care of me. But I approached it as, what can I do for you? I see I ain't got a shooter in here. You know what I'm saying? Let me be that. Let me be that person. And I'll do the first summer. I think I did the whole summer for free. They had an event. I just showed up, right? Every chance that I got, I was a fly on the wall. I got in where I fit in. If there was a conversation going on that I felt I could add to, right? In building a community, or trying to find yourself into a community, especially if you're new to it, don't, in my opinion, don't force it. Don't force yourself in and try to take over and say, oh, I'm here, right? Approach it very humbly, because you got to think about it. A lot of these communities are already established. A lot of these glass houses are already established. If you approach it from a place of love, even with us, right? It was off the love when we met at the showcasing that Sam put on. Shout out Sam Rothstein doing his thing. It was love. Yo, I've seen your stuff. Yo, I just saw your stuff. It's dope. It's dope. Oh, we gotta have a conversation. Da, 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 da. It was an appreciation. It was humble approach, and it took us a while to get in a room together, but we finally did it. And then from there, it's been on. So I would say definitely approach things humbly, at the same time confidently. Think to yourself, what can I bring to this situation? Because everybody has something to offer, right? Figure out that thing. If you don't know what it is, spend some time asking yourself. You know what I'm saying? My advice always is spend some time with God, asking him. And the answer will come to you. And once you get that thing, be confident in it. Be humble yet confident is the balance. Life is balance, right? Be both of those things when approaching anything new, any person new, right? And then lastly, I would say, move with love. Move from authenticity, like you always say. Move from that place of being genuine. Move from there, right? Because at the end of the day, if you come from that place and you are denied that community, that wasn't your community, right? And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because I've had the door shut on me a couple of times. When that happens, what is it? Brick on my shoulder. Chip on my shoulder the size of a brick of boulder. Jay-Z, that's a bar. Keep adding to that chip on your shoulder, right? Humbly, because sometimes you can let that get out of control. You be like, oh, these motherfuckers said I couldn't do it. This for y'all. You don't want that. So to tie a knot, put a nice little bow on it. Approach it with love. Figure out what you can bring to a situation. Come humbly, come confidently, and without fear. Void of fear. Love, we here.
I love it.
Yeah, man. God
that
working.
That is it.
Yes, sir.
Another 15-minute Friday.
We did it.
Sealed, signed, delivered, everything.
Stevie.
It is done. So he's been William Fairbanks, and you can find him around the internet at...
He said he's been William Fairbanks. That's so funny. You can find me on all social handles, Will_Fairbanks. You could check out Torp. That's what I'm repping all day, every day. You could check that out, www.torp.life. And you can follow us on Instagram at Torpros. T-O-R. See?
We got it.
See?
We got it.
Torpros at Torpros. And that's my time. First, let me finish by saying, Ross, you're amazing. I love you. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the opportunity.
Right back
from the
at you.
bottom of my heart, man. These reps, these practices, this knowledge that I get from you, it's definitely appreciated. It's absorbed, and it's put into play as I live my life, my friend.
Dude, I love it. There's a reason I have you on these. There's a reason I want to have you back. I love us sitting and having these conversations, and I love that we get to share them with other people.
Facts.
So, he's been Will. I've been Ross. This has been the What You Don't Hear podcast and another 15-minute Friday. Good night and goodbye.
Yeah, drink your water. Love.